One of the things that we're involved in at the moment is pre-screening video interviews. Now what that means is that we will ask the client to select from a list of CVs that we put in front of them. They will select the ones that they're interested in. We'll then together devise a series of questions. We put those questions to the candidate. The candidate then answers them online on a video. That video then goes back to the client with the CV as a complete sort of one link click file. And they can review all their candidates, they can look at them, they can watch them answering the questions, they can read the CVs, and they're in a much better position to then select and shortlist. The net effect of that is that they may be seeing fewer people, but they're only seeing the people that they're really, really interested in. And they should then have an even harder decision at first interview stage in terms of who to select for the second interview. That's the intention. If we can make the decision-making process difficult for the client company, then we've done our job. On a CV, the candidate can look very good, and they could be very good, but when they sit down with somebody, you know what it's like. You can tell within a couple of minutes, A, whether you like that person or not, and B, whether they're going to be suitable for the role. Both must be there for the match to be made. People at the end of the day will recruit people that they like, and in some cases will actually recruit somebody they like over necessarily somebody who perhaps is the best qualified for the role. We've been using psychometric profiling. It's developed a lot over the last 15 years and become a lot more scarily accurate now. What it's doing is it's defining the person's preferences, not necessarily what they like, but more their preferences. So it will tell us that somebody may prefer not, for instance, to be a team worker, but they may be perfectly adequate at being a team worker, but they just prefer not to. So we tend to do that between first and second interview, so that at the second interview the client has the opportunity to poke and prod around in areas that perhaps the psychometric profile is suggesting might well be worth further investigation with the candidate. And it's another step along the way to making sure that we put the right bum on the right seat. We offer a 6-month risk share warranty, and that again ties in nicely with the psychometric profile and the pre-interviewing, because what we're doing all the time is trying to develop and work with technology that allows us to take the risk out of the decision making process. There's still going to be a risk there, of course there is. But as a final stage, what we do is we offer a risk share warranty, which allows 6 months as opposed to the normal sort of sliding scale of 10% a week rebates. We offer a full 6 months. And what that does, of course, that concentrates our minds as well and makes sure that we do everything we possibly can to get the right person in place, rather than get the person in place that's going to get our invoice in front of the client.